Good morning, afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan.
My name is Carter Nolan.
Welcome back, episode 12, season 2 of The Bad Batch. Once again, if you were surprised why there is Star Wars content on a hockey channel, don't be. We've been doing it for a while.
It's fun.
Don't hate.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anywho,
it's a great episode.
this is a good episode. This is the first time in a while we have had 2 back-to-back good episodes, real strong ones,
and ones that are not connected.
Yes,
episodes.
The Coruscant arc doesn't count because it's 2 episodes
it's
connected.
one arc.
It's one arc.
This is 2 separate arcs that were pretty
Right.
solid, and this was an example of an episode that was
necessary.
It was definitely necessary. It moves the plot along. It does a lot of character development, heaps of it.
Yeah.
And it does a good job of, instead of trying to develop 4 characters or develop 6 characters, just focus in on just one of them.
Yeah.
And also even have a second one.
Every single Crosshair episode is gold.
They're all great.
Single. I think there's only been about 2 or 3 this season.
See, I would love for them to do a show that is in this time period, but an Empire-based show from that perspective. I think there's a lot of potential there.
There is.
You could do a young Thrawn or something.
There is stuff like that. Too. It's funny because with how this show is going, obviously, it gave Crosshair a very good episode. Now, we'll just without spoilers, just quickly, this is a very good episode. It's a very strong episode. It's an episode where you feel brought in by what's being told to you without any prior knowledge. You feel very connected to it all. But yeah, that's the spoiler warning. Now, I think I just want to quickly jump ahead to something at the end. He's definitely at that base where with Dr. Hemlock at the end. I think that's where he is, because Dr. Hemlock is very convinced is very intrigued with Lama Su and all that stuff, and with clones as a whole.
And the symbol. In there.
Yes, right. But anyway, let's get some of the reactions out of the way, because we got 3. We first get to see the beat up armor of the snow-ridden clone troopers. Mayday's beat up armor. Here.
He's not a shiny.
Look at that!
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
He's a Tusken clone.
Jesus! Now it's funny, I was almost expecting us to see a name that I'd recognize.
You thought it would be someone from...
Right.
And that's fair, although I get excited as well when we hear these sorts of things, as the thing is that you have to realize, when you hear about the 501st Legion, that means there's 500 more legions before that. Yes. So it makes sense how there's a ton of clone commanders and captains we have no idea about.
I like to tell myself that the 501st Legion was the last Legion. And they all just had legions, and then they just went, oh, fuck, Anakin once went. 501! I like to imagine they made it all nice, and then Anakin just went.
They made 500. They weren't planning for Anakin, but then
nobody ever plans for Anakin. But anyway, yeah, so it's funny. Throughout the episode, I'll say the only weak point of the episode, which is not really their fault, the Raiders we have no context of. The Raiders are just there. They're just there. They are a force that has to be there just so that you can get the characters out and bring them back.
Because you need some sort of dynamic. You need some threat that is not...
I wish it was a little more thought out. At least, you could have brought in a different species. You could have brought in... what you did on the clone arc with the people with the locals. You could have done that.
I was saying they could have done the Pandorans. Yes.
I wish they had done that. That's my only criticism of the show.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But if they did the Pandorans, none of the armor would fit them.
I get what you're saying. But anyway, so also too, so the ship gets their ship gets attacked when they it gets blown the hell up. So.
When you hear 212, that means that there's 211 divisions before them.
And I think what we're seeing Crosshair do...
And one thing I gotta say about the ship first, The longer this season goes on, the more and more Imperial these ships
Yeah,
are.
they're
really
sneaking
starting
it. Like they're
really
sneaking
starting
it through.
to.
We're seeing a lot more.
The wings are
stormtroopers.
getting more sleek.
Yes.
Yeah, it's looking more and more like your standard Imperial shuttle.
Also,
shuttle.
so let's talk about the weekly antagonist. Lieutenant Note is a bastard, and I love it. He's got
list from Rebels
proper ATST armor that commanders wear, or like pretty much any armor that commanders wear and lieutenants wear. Like I've seen Thrawn wear that when he was leading a frontal assault. I've seen Veers wear it, obviously.
Most notably.
Yeah.
And so
Chick as well, or whatever. I forget his name.
Yeah.
He's down there one. But no, he's got that almost like that Charmander to Darth Vader's Charizard dome on the back of his head.
It's essentially just the top part of Vader's helmet.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is. Just that.
But anyway, it's really like he's well done. I think he's voiced by Crispin Freeman, who does a lot of animated voices because he's got that I
wouldn't know that you'd know.
I know it. He's using his Radio Free Oregon Days Gone voice, if that's the actor that I think it is. But no, he does well in this role, obviously. The character is just there just to be a bastard and get shot at the end. Part of me, like, it's funny. I normally don't like when villains come in and just die in this scene. Like, I didn't like the fact that that Mako dies in that one episode we see. It's kind of annoying because it's like, why don't you let them exist in your universe longer?
Yep.
This is an exception. Note can die right the fuck away. Not just because he's a hateable character, but because he's a very one-dimensional villain by design. It's just a guy who sees the clones as expendable. We've got that in spades. We've already got that with Rampart. You don't need him there.
And also, when you kill off these characters,
you're killing them for a reason.
You're killing them for a reason. There should be a payoff.
Yes.
With a lot of villains, you're not able to develop them enough to make that payoff worth it, but because of how much of a fucking dick this guy is, you hate him by the end of the episode.
You get shot. Yay! Woo! Yes! Get fucked!
Fucking deserve it.
Fuck you!
Hell yes.
Yes, and then Crosshair shows up in the hospital on this planet. I'm assuming it's with Dr. Hemlock, who, by the way, the voice actor for Dr. Hemlock, I know he wasn't in this episode. I can't wait to hear more of him. He chews up scenes. I've never seen an actor chew up scenes like that in animation since Sam Witwer with Darth Maul. I don't get it. It's so good. But yeah, overall, really good episode. I'm going to give this one a 9.2 out of 10.
I'll give it a 9.
The only con I'm saying is that it's
and they
fast.
really didn't do that much.
They didn't have many main characters in this.
They didn't, but they didn't have to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They just knew how to
Rip
properly...
Mayday, by the way.
Yeah. No.
Peace,
and, you know,
if only he was Canadian. Could have survived that. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time when we upload an episode reaction of The Mandalorian that should be up in about an hour or so. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Connor, the old Spanish for Connor, and score! Pierre-Luc Dubois